you know.
Well, there's a sign.
All right, big changes when it comes to fishing in our local waters. Here to tell us about the latest fishing news and regulation changes for the opening of Snook season is Captain Rob Modes. Good morning, Captain Rob. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
It's been a while.
It has been a long
you.
while. It was a long season.
Yeah, and it's been a while, apparently, since there was a Snook season as well.
This is very true.
So kind of break this down to me, because I don't think I realized what a big deal this was. But a couple years ago, we had a bad, was it an actual freeze?
Oh yeah, it was a long freeze that lasted about 10 days where we had temperatures below freezing at night, barely in the 40s in the day. It drove the water temperature down rapidly, and snook don't do well in cold water temperatures.
Is it just snook? I mean, was there other fish
No,
that
there were other
affected?
fish that were affected.
Okay.
We lost a lot of jacks and things like that, but it was mostly the snook.
Okay.
They're almost like a tropical fish in our area. We're as close to the edge of where they'll actually survive from a northern point as you can get.
Okay, so you can't really find snook, let's say, in Tampa?
You can. Tampa Bay is about it.
Okay.
And then on the East Coast up until maybe the Jupiter area up in that area. But from that point south, and they do much better in the warmer climes. So when the water temperature dropped into the, actually it was in the high 40s, they started dying right and left on our coast.
Wow. Yeah. So rightly so, there was a regulation that was put in place that said, hey, no one can take fish for snook and take them out of the water.
Correct.
Obviously, you guys are still, I would imagine, still catching them, but you'd have to catch and release them,
yes,
right?
Right.
All right, so apparently numbers are back up. Things are good.
Yes, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's
You're
what they
still
say.
a little skeptical. I know, because I was going to ask what your opinion about this is.
You know, from being on the water as much as we are, as far as being a guide, you know, we really see the catches a lot. And what we're catching is a lot of short fish, small fish, the underslot fish, which are like in the 20-inch, 22-inch range.
Because they have to be a certain size.
They have to be a certain size to keep. And we're catching a lot of really big fish, a lot of oversized fish. That middle generation seems to be missing. But, you know...
For just snook or...?
Just the snook.
Okay.
Yeah, just talking on the snook side of it. So, you know, I mean, I understand where they're going with this. They want to get it open. Economically, it's an economic driver for fishing in our area.
Well, snook is probably one of the most popular fish
to
fish for.
It is the most popular.
Is it the most popular?
It is the most popular by a landslide.
Even beats tarpon and...
All of it. Yeah. See, tarpon is so seasonal. Yeah. Redfish is common around other areas like Louisiana, Texas, Alabama. So when it comes to snook, we are pretty much it.
Okay.
And people really focus on that fish. It has a lot going against it. It's a great fighter.
Okay.
And it tastes great.
Ah.
So people really focus on it as far as a fighting sport fish as well as an eating fish. And when the closure happened back in 2010, from the freeze, you know, it's been, what is this, 13 now? Yeah. So we're talking a little over 3 years. It's been a long time, and those things were going against it. The numbers were going against it, and then all of a sudden they said, well, let's open. That's why a lot of us are a little bit like, maybe you should have left it closed a little bit longer. I don't think another year would have hurt, to be honest with you.
So explain when it opens again, because it's still not for a couple more months.
Yeah,
but
September
1st is when it's going to open.
Right.
And I'm assuming they still have to be a certain size before you can...
They do. Minimum is 28 inches in length, and max is 33. So there's a slot. It has to fall between 28
There's even a max?
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 really?
Yeah, and the best part about 28 to 33 is hold your fingers up, that's 5 inches. So the fish has got to fall right in that spot for you to be able to keep it. And I really think
why don't they want you taking the big ones home?
That's the breeders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so once they hit about 34 inches. There's other weird things about it. Did you know that all snook are born male?
No. Well, then I'm confused.
They turn female as needed.
Okay, that's a little odd.
That is odd, isn't it?
Is that safe to eat?
Guys out there, can you imagine changing your wardrobe?
Oh my goodness, I had no idea.
True.
All right, so September 1st it opens, and then how long will it last for?
To December 1st.
December 1st.
So 3 months.
Okay, so about
September,
3
October,
months.
November, 3 months.
Well, the good news, I mean, that's like the best part of it. That's when the weather gets really good.
Yeah,
and imagine for, you know, we're talking about economic reasons for getting people to come down here. And
yeah, because it is the quiet time for us. The pressure won't be on the fish quite as much as it would be when there's tourist season or when there's snowbird season going on. So it is closed during that time.
So it'll close December 1st and then it reopens again. I mean, you don't have to wait another year.
March and April.
Okay, so it'll reopen, I guess, just for 2 months then.
2 months
in
then.
the spring.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's showing you how important snook is to us and fishermen economy-wise. But it's closed it's open for 5 months.
Okay.
So it's actually open shorter than it is closed.
Well, again, I'll kind of let you have the last word for people who are anxious to get out there. I mean, is there any reminders of even know that snook season is back open? I guess we really just need to pay attention to those those rules and
You
regulations.
need to pay attention to the rules and
size.
regulations. You also need to have a snook tag. You have to have a snook tag added to your fishing license to keep a snook. You don't need
really?
You don't need the tag for fishing for them and releasing them. But if you're going to take one, you have to have a tag added to your license. And I'm sure a lot of people out there, because it's been closed so long, haven't done that. So you're going to have to go do that.
Is that common for most other fish too?
No,
Do you have
no,
to have certain
just snook.
for snook.
Just snook,
Okay.
tarpon. If you're gonna hang a tarpon, also for Florida lobster.
Okay.
You need one for that. But for fish, it's one of the only ones. So you're gonna have to go get you a tag. I believe it's $10 to get the tag.
Oh, that's not bad.
And it's added to the license and lasts for the duration of the license. But you need to do that if you're going to keep one.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. I learned a lot this morning. And who
Good.
knew that snook changed from male to female when when needed? Apparently, they need to do that a little bit more if we're needing those numbers.
Apparently they
up.
are, thank goodness. So.
All right, Captain Rob, thanks for being here this morning. We look forward to having you back.
Good to see you
All
again.
Right.